Must be heading to the kindergarten, huh?
Yeah,
So this is I see this quite a bit. I've seen this at a few schools.
Yeah, in my son's school they have churches as well.
Fish tank, huh? Wow.
Seda võib korra näidata. Et see on meil äkki kolmas õppeaasta me maksame siis konkreetselt sellele lapsele õppemaksu.
This is a child in Mondo. Mondo is the program, I guess, yeah? In Kenya. This girl is from Kenya, and this school pays for her studies in Kenya, so she can go to school.
Very good.
Yes.
Huh.
3 aastat, nüüd ta lõpetab põhikooli.
And they have been paying for her studies for 3 years now.
Really?
And now she's finishing up the basic school there.
Wow.
Ja me söödame loomaaias on meie oma Ilves, keda me ka...
How much are the studies?
Kui palju see teeb õppimine?
See on vahepeal 50 eurot on õppeaasta.
50 euros a year.
A year.
Just at 50 euros a year, and the child can go to school here and gets all the materials.
Kindergarten is a big part of the curriculum here, although it's not compulsory. Almost all parents send their kids to kindergarten.
So they have 18 groups
of
here.
Kindergarten.
Yes, classes.
And how large are each class of kindergarten?
No 20-22.
20 or 22 students in one group.
Okay, so kindergarten is not compulsory here, but most parents send their kids to kindergarten. Is that right?
Ta ei ole kohustuslik meil, jaa.
What percentage does she think?
Kui palju teie meelest Eesti saadetakse lapsi?
Lasteaeda. Ma arvan ikka palju.
She thinks
most children.
Okay, so how important do you think kindergarten is to setting the students up to have the skills to come into at first grade?
Et enne kui kooli minekut, minu meelest see sõltub perekonnast. Mina olen näinud lapsi, kes ei käi lasteaias.
It depends on the families. If the family doesn't have enough time to develop the child at home,
right?
And then it's better if they send them to the kindergarten.
Yeah, but
they might as well be quite successful of doing everything at home,
right?
And preparing the child.
But see õppekava ei ole nii tihedalt.
Curriculums in the kindergarten in Estonia, they're not so hard. Basically, they just learn letters and numbers and maybe a little bit read, like shorter words and a little bit of that. And actually, the just an ordinary child at home is capable of doing that if it gets some attention from the parents and some guidance. It's not, and that's all.
Do they get music there in the kindergarten? Yeah, art. They do art, music.
Yes. That's the basic what they do. They play, they get music and art lessons and etc. But not so like lessons like math or something like that.
But where typically a lot of American kids, they don't have the kindergarten early on, so the parents sit them in front of TVs and they watch TVs all day, and it's really bad for them. So this is a good stimulus for, right?
Depends on the family. I'm sure in Estonia we have families like that as well, but not the majority.
Aga siis võib veel öelda, kui te märkasite või märkanud, et meie koolis ei tohi õpilased olla vahetundides, nutides, jäädmetes.
In this school the kids can't use mobile phones during the breaks.
Okay.
Yeah, that's just the rule of the school. They must go outside.
No kids can.
The kids can't use their mobile phones between the classes.
What about during the classes?
No.
Okay, so only before...
They put them away and they take them out when the school ends.
Ja klassis nad kasutavad siis, kui õppetöös on vaja.
Only if it's needed for the work in the class. If they're doing some task and they need to use a phone, then they can use it. But no, it's not...
But my question is, like, with the kindergarten, most parents aren't keeping their kids home because the kindergarten is either free or it just costs a little bit of money, right?
Ta maksab vanematele päris palju, aga minu meelest meil käib enamus lapsi ikka lasteaias Eestis.
Ja,
aga kuigi ta maksab, eks ole, loomulikult maksab. ja siin on raske lasteaiakohti saada, kui näiteks nagu meil on järjekorrad.
Yes, they do send their kids to kindergarten, and actually most of the kindergartens have queues as well. So you put your kid in the queuing like in advance. For example, I have a baby and I want the child to go to the kindergarten at the age of 3. Then I already visit the kindergarten and make the application, and when my child is 3, and so they have like queues for maybe several years.
How much does the kindergarten cost a parent?
Vanemale laste.
Me võime pärast küsida, aga ta peab maksma siin kohatasu ja toidu. See võib olla kuskil, kui palju laps
Do you have to have a qualification to be a teacher's assistant here?
Sul peab olema mingisugune kvalifikatsioon selleks, et abiõpetaja olla.
Keskharidus on ainukene.
Minu teada, minul on aga eks muidu peab ka vist olema.
Keskharidus on ainuke nõue.
For the assistancy teacher, you just need to have your high school diploma.
High school. What about to be a kindergarten teacher? What type of qualification to be the teacher do you need?
Kui sa tahaksid õpetajaks saada.
To be the teacher. Yeah.
Kas ma tahaksin?
Mida sa peaksid tegema selleks?
Kõrgkooli ja bakalaureuse kraad.
Then you need to go to the university and acquire a bachelor degree.
A bachelor's degree.
Yes.
Okay.
Kooliõpetajal peab olema magistrikraad.
If you want to be a teacher in the school, then you need a master's degree. But
Right.
in the kindergarten,
Kindergarten,
it's
a bachelor.
Yes.
Is the pay similar or less for the kindergarten?
Kuidas need tasustus?
Difference.
Yes.
Right.
But
Aga see läheb vallast.
but this is only in this area. It might be different in the other cities.
Okay. Okay.
Mina tahtsin lisada, et ta vist magistrikraadiga sai tegelikult õpetajana.
Õpetajana jah, aga
Ja ei, saab küll, aga ütleme, siis on kvalifikatsiooni nõue juba täidetud, kui sa oled bakalaureuse saanud.
But do they work with the kids a lot and teach them things, or is it just letting them play most of the time? And I mean, are they actually teaching them a lot of things in the kindergarten?
kas lastele õpetatakse palju lasteaias või nad rohkem on nagu mängulisust ja sellist isavastamist või kuidas see rohkem on?
Mõlemat. Nii on toimub õppetegevus, kui ka siis antakse aega mängida, et lapsel peab olema ka see mänguaeg.
It's actually both, because it's important to teach them something, but it's also really important to just let them play and discover and have this
Aga mõte on ikkagi, et õppimine toimuks läbi mängu.
And as the principal added, that the point is that the children should learn through playing.
Right.
So you don't need to have
Right.
strict lessons, but you can
Sure.
teach them through games.
So this is the kindergarten class.
Yeah, children sleep now.
Oh, sorry.
Kell 3 nad tõusevad.
Look at this. Nice. Very nice.
You can
Look at that. Wow. Very nice.
Here is the
Playground. All right.
In Estonia, we believe that children should sleep during the daytime until the age of 7.
Yeah.
Here's the teachers.
These are the kindergarten teachers.
Yes.
Wow.
algul olime nii väikesed, 6 rühma.
Look at the nice playthings the kids have out there. Top-notch stuff.
It's approximately a little bit less than 100 euros per month.
Per month.
And it contains 80 euros are just the place in the kindergarten. And then you have to add the lunch and the food money.
Right, so about 100 a month.
Yeah.
But if the kids are really poor, then would they still have to pay if the parents were very poor?
Kuidas?
Kuidas
siis tehakse, kui näiteks pere on väga vaene, nad ei suuda maksta lasteaiatasu?
Toetused on vallast.
Then the local municipalities, they have their own funds for that.
Oh, they would help out.
And they support the families, poorer families, yes.
Wow, so it's not a lot of money to
No.
send your...
It's less than 100 euros.
But there's a real curriculum for age 3, age 4, age 5, age 6? There's a curriculum.
jah, meil on õppekava.
Yeah. And, okay, well, that's great.
see on teine õueala, mis on siis see.
More playing grounds around.
Sure.
So they have enough space to play, to do.
Yes,
It's considered really important in Estonia to go out and spend
time outside.
Yeah. Just playing in the
Yeah.
story.
Little bathrooms, check that out.
20 on.
And there's 20 children in this group.
3 and 4 years old here, there's 20 in this room. What's the youngest age you've ever seen kindergarten here?
2 aasta, ega meil sõime päris pole olnud ju 200
sõin on
võtame.
alla 200 siin jälle.
Ei, aga me võtame 200 on ju.
They take here kids starting from 2 years
2 years old,
Yes.
yeah.
Aga muidu võivad viia ka sõime, aga meil ei ole sõimerühmasid, kus siis võivad ju viia, ma ei tea, aastaselt ka võivad siin kui tahavad.
jah, aastaselt tegelikult.
Jaa.
Aga kas need ei ole riiklikud või need on riiklikud? Ikka on riiklikud
valla
ka.
on kohustus võtta vist aastast lasta.
Do the kids eventually get used to not being with their moms during the day? Pretty fast?
Kui kiiresti lapsed harjuvad ära nagu lasteaias olema, mitte nagu kodus emaga või midagi, et
no nii suured harjuvad kiiresti.
These kids 3 and 4 years old are quite fast
Nad tahavad teistega mängida.
because it's more interesting to be here and play with other kids than stay at home.
Sure it is. Sure. So this is one of the kindergarten classes, age 4, 5, and 6. And they're just waiting for their parents to pick them up, huh? Yeah. So they're just playing right now, huh?
They're not usually that still, but they're so awesome.
Oh, so they're all, well, look at them, boy. They're just,
see onu tuli Ameerikast Eestisse külla, ta käib
Jaa.
siin koolides ja lasteaedades.
they like to play though. Look at their nice environment that they have here.
Talle väga meeldib meie lasteaed.
And she's the teacher? You're the teacher, yeah. And how many hours a day do you have to work here? Not 12 hours, right?
All day, yes.
7 to 7?
But tomorrow day off.
Oh, but what about, well, tomorrow's because everybody gets the day off.
See on nagu graafikuga.
They have a scheduled work, so
Oh.
not every day she works.
She works.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Et põhimõtteliselt nädalas
Look at
2,5
this.
päeva.
But,
In a week, it's 2.5 days. So 2 days for 12 hours and 1 day for 6 hours.
okay. But,
Mängima minna.
but do you normally teach the 4-year-olds with the 5-year-olds and the 6-year, or they're taught, the 4-year-olds are taught with the 4-year-olds, the 5-year-olds with 5, 6?
Kuidas te lapsi õpetate, kas kõik terve grupi koos või te lahkerdate, et need on 4-5-sed, need on eraldi, need on 6-sed, need on
meil on tegelikult 2 vanust, 4-5 ja 5-6 ja enamasti me teeme kõiki asju koos. Aga kui ma nüüd käelisi teen, siis ma arvestan sellega, et ühed on nooremad, nendel on vähem ülesandeid kui on vanematel.
Basically, majority of things they do together, but she takes into account the age and the abilities of the children.
But the 2 and 3-year-olds would kind of be together, right? They're there because they're so young.
Not in this group,
But in-
but
But in another group.
Aga üldiselt on niimoodi, et meil on ühe vanuste grupid ikkagi.
well, basically they divide children into groups by the age, so they're quite close in their age, so they don't need to separate.
I understand.
Meil ei ole liitrühmi. Õpetajad väga ei armasta neid.
Wow.
Tule näita! Kossid, uutel oleks punna!
Ma tulen külalistega korraks Ameerika maalt. Kas sul on kõik 3 täis juba? 3 aastat.
These are the younger ones. Look at them.
Ja täna, kes kohal on kõik täis.
Look at that.
3 years old.
These are the real young ones. Look at this.
Meie maja kõige nooremad.
These are the youngest
Wow.
ones.
Look how rich their environment is here. No wonder they want to come here. And you can see here's the snacks that they bring them. It's not their lunch, but they bring them in fresh fruit, vegetables, and things like that. So